the First Alert weather teams promise to you. With our 3D Doppler radar, we'll show you the storm from every angle, giving you essential information about intensity, speed, and rotation.
Plus, we'll keep you ahead of the storm by showing you where it's tracking and how long you have to take cover.
It's our way of caring for you.
Keeping you safe, keeping you informed. First Alert Weather on KWQC-TV6.
I'm Jessica Ty, live in Davenport, where presidential hopeful John McCain is speaking to your community. We'll take you to his town hall meeting next in a live report.
And heartbreaking devastation in a small Kansas town. We'll find out what state and federal authorities are doing to help the residents of Greensburg pick up the pieces. Good morning, everyone. I'm Marcia Lance.
And I'm Teresa Bryant. Heavy rain could cause travel problems and possibly some flooding across the region later today. I'll have the details in our soggy conditions in your First Alert forecast.
Stay with us. The 10 a.m. news is coming up next.
You're watching the station that cares for you, KWQC-TV6. Live from the #1 station for news, this is KWQC-TV6 Mid-Morning News at 10.
Severe weather strikes the Midwest over the weekend. You are looking at pictures out of Ellis County, Oklahoma, where a powerful tornado was caught on tape. It moved on to neighboring Kansas, and that same storm system eventually moved into Iowa. Heavy damage is reported from both high winds and flooding from half a foot of rain that fell in some areas. Well, that video almost looks like it's animation, not real.
Almost.
Yeah. And as you might imagine, a lot of work is being done to clean up. We're going to show you the town heaviest hit, Greensburg, Kansas, and also storm damage in Iowa in just a few minutes. But first, let's get the latest on the weather from Teresa Bryant. Wet weather headed our way.
Yeah, that's right. Some storms moving through portions of central Iowa right now. No precipitation really in our area just yet, but we are looking to see some heavy bands of precipitation later this afternoon and through this evening. Stormy and soggy conditions on tap for this afternoon, and flooding is going to be a concern through the evening hours with locally heavy rain, up to an inch possible in some spots. And as we take a look at our combination satellite and radar image, not a lot going on out there right now. Still seeing some clouds across the region and expecting rain to start up again later on this afternoon. After 3 o'clock this afternoon, we should start to see some spotty precipitation entering into our viewing area. Rain showers and a few thunderstorms not out of the question. And again, the possibility exists for some minor street flooding. We could see some urban and small stream flooding in the area through midnight and into early tomorrow morning. Spotty showers, few thunderstorms possible. High temperatures reaching 76 degrees. I'll have more on this in your First Alert forecast coming up.
Wow. Check your sump pumps. Make sure that they're in working order, because we're going to get quite a bit. All right. Thanks, Teresa. Now, Decision 2008 coverage, and one of the top contenders in the presidential race comes to the Quad Cities today. Republican presidential hopeful John McCain held a town hall meeting over the breakfast time at the Iowa Machine Shed restaurant, and that meeting is just wrapping up now, and Jessica Ty joins us live with more on what went on. Good morning, Jessica.
Good morning, March. I can tell you Senator John McCain just wrapped up his town hall meeting here outside Davenport's Machine Shed. Let me take a look inside here. You can see it was a packed house today. Senator McCain was in the middle, surrounded by tables of supporters and others just hoping to get a better feel for who this presidential hopeful is and what exactly he is hoping to do for our country. The town hall meeting started with a lot of laughter. The senator tossed out an Irish joke and then at one point talked about people comparing Congress to a drunken pirate. But after the jokes, it was quickly down to business. On the war in Iraq, the senator said Donald Rumsfeld, quote, badly mishandled the war. But he said we are where we are, and he believes we now have a good general in charge and a good strategy. Regarding troop withdrawal, Senator McCain said we can't leave because if we leave now, the enemy will follow us home. During this town hall meeting, someone in the crowd also asked him about immigration. Senator McCain said we need more fences, more high-tech equipment to keep illegals out, and more border control, but that is really just the beginning. I should note this stop at Davenport comes at an interesting time for Senator McCain. While former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani is the most popular Republican in many of the polls, a new poll by the American Research Group shows McCain is ahead of the pack when it comes to GOP caucus goers in our state of Iowa. Reporting live in Davenport, Jessica Ty, KWQC-TV6 News.
All right, thanks, Jessica. And Now let's get a check of our first alert forecast where we could see some heavy rain today. Here's Teresa Bryant.
That's right. All's quiet right now as we take a look outside. Our live sky cam showing cloudy skies over the region. We did get a bit of sunshine in here earlier and still may see some of that, but right now just clouds. And again, looking to see some rain moving into our weather picture, especially this afternoon. Here's what's happening on our First Alert Live 3D Doppler radar. Just a few spotty areas of precipitation to the south of the Quad Cities, and not really a concern to us right now. What will be a concern, the rain that is off to the west. That's going to be pushing into our area. And as we take a look at temperatures right now, you'll see a reading of 64 degrees in the Quad Cities, 65 in Burlington, 63 degrees in Dubuque. Here's the movement of that precipitation. A lot of it's starting to dissipate as it moves across our area, but still seeing more where that came from. Mostly rain showers right now, but with the heating of the day, could see a few thunderstorms popping up here and there. And there is a possibility that some of those thunderstorms could contain locally heavy rain as it pushes through during the evening commute and continues on through late night and into early tomorrow morning. Today, showers and thunderstorms on tap for the region with readings near 70 degrees by noon, 76 by 3 o'clock this afternoon, a reading of 74 degrees by 6 o'clock tonight.
Thanks, Teresa. Alcoa is making a hostile bid for a Canadian aluminum rival, Alcan. That after almost 2 years of private talks to merge failed. Alcoa says the proposed cash and stock deal would create a premier global aluminum company, which could grow faster than the two companies could on their own. Of course, Alcoa has a plant in the Quad Cities. The fate of a gun manufacturing company interested in moving to LeClaire, Iowa may be decided tonight. Les Baer Custom Gun Manufacturing wants to move to a site near the Iowa Welcome Center. It's currently operating in Hillsdale, Illinois. Last week, LeClaire residents packed a city council meeting to speak both for and against the move. One group of residents has organized to fight the company, but others say the company would bring much-needed tax revenue into the city. Tonight, the LeClaire City Council will vote on whether to sell the property to Les Baer and whether to give the company access for a driveway on publicly owned land. In Los Angeles, up to 60 members of the police department are off the streets. The LA police chief is suspending the officers accused of swarming a park and firing rubber bullets into a crowd during an immigration protest. Police say they stormed the park after several protesters threw rocks and bottles at them. Queen Elizabeth takes her visit to the U.S. to the White House today. The Queen is scheduled to meet President Bush on the South Lawn. They'll inspect an honor guard and then make speeches. And tonight, she'll be honored with a fancy white tie estate dinner. Queen Elizabeth has been in the U.S. since last Thursday. She's scheduled to leave tomorrow. And it would be an honor for any father, but an invitation to prom had special meaning for one family. Still ahead on the 10 a.m. news, why a graduating senior asked her father to be her date at the prom. And turning trash into treasure. In this case, garbage is an alternative energy source. We'll show you how it works next on the 10 a.m. news. Taking another look at this incredible video of a tornado that struck over the weekend in Oklahoma. More than 100 tornadoes were reported from Oklahoma to Iowa. The worst damage found in the town of Greensburg, Kansas, not far from where this twister was spotted. 8 people there died. 95% of the town has been destroyed. You ever seen anything like that?
You know what? As a matter of fact, I have.
Really?
You know, but you shouldn't go out there and try to videotape or watch unless you are a trained spotter.
In fact, the person that shot that said they got way too close. They're never going to do it again.
Yeah. Well, it can scare you, I think. Some storms on the way for our area, too. Already starting to see some spotty, isolated thunderstorms popping up on the radar map. More of the same to come this afternoon. Highs ranging from 74 to 78 degrees.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us for the 10 a.m. news. Of course, more news coming up at noon. Bye for now.